In this lesson, we're going to continue to model in Fusion using sketches and using also constraints and construction planes. So in the previous lesson, we quickly model some pieces of this design using sketches, and we went really quick to see the main modeling tools that are the revolving, the sweep, and the loft. And before that, we also worked with the extrusion. So in this video, we're gonna discover more about the loft, and also we're gonna work a little bit more with constraints, and also here we're gonna use some construction planes and other reference. So before we move on, what happens if I want to change here one of the design that I have realized so far? And again, this is kind of draft designs or draft 3D solid. We can be more specific and more technical and more accurate. So let's say I want to change this revolve right here. So I can go back and see the sketches that I've used to do this. So you can see here that I have a sketch. So once I identify the sketch that I've used, which is this one right here, I can modify. So if I right click, I can edit the sketch. And let's say I want to change the shape of this lamp. I can click and drag and change the shape of the original spline that I've used. And if I cannot do much, I can consider to turn off some of the constraints that I put. Okay, let's radically change the shape so we can see the difference. And once we finish, we can say finish the sketch. And if the sketch it's still in there, you can see that whatever I do is going to affect the original solid. Now also, for example, I can change this other shape. So double click, and here we put some constraint to have all the different segments the equal size. And we also put a couple of blocked points in there. And this just moved a little bit down because we applied a movement after we created this. So that was an additional action. So these right now, they are not in the same position. So we can bring this back to the original position. So this was a sweep, and then we did the loft right here, really simple loft. And also here we moved manually these two sketches, but the best way to do this is to use, again, the construction planes to be more precise. So we need to work more with precision and accuracy, and that's what we're gonna discover also in this video. I can also go down here in the timeline, so you can see the last thing I've done is this loft, and if I right click, I can edit right here, so I can click on edit feature. So if I find this in my component, this is going to be like a body, and there is nothing here that let me like edit this. So it's not the result that we're going to consider, but is the phase in the modeling timeline and the development timeline. So if I go here, right click and do edit feature, now you can see I'm back to editing that part of the model, which also we moved and it just went back in place. And here we're gonna discover more about the loft, as I said before. But what I wanna do here is just restart with the loft. So I'm gonna turn off the other elements. I'm gonna delete the loft, and also I'm gonna delete these sketches right here, just selecting and press the delete key. And right now I'm continuing to delete stuff. Now look what happens if I delete things that I need. You can see down there, there's a problem. And you can see here, there is some warnings. So I can expand this, and this is gonna tell me what the warnings are about. And sometimes we miss something for whatever reason. Maybe we deleted it, or maybe, well, it's not there anymore. But anyway, if there is an issue, it's going to point out and it's going to tell you, be careful because we lost these references right here. We cannot find them. And so even though we have the final body that we developed, we cannot like go back and edit this unless this is maintained into the memory of your project. Otherwise, if it's missing, you cannot like modify it. You need to recreate it. Now, just to have a clean slate, I'm gonna delete everything right here. And you see that this is like a basic shape that turned out when I delete the reference. So I'm just going to delete everything, and let's start. Also here I have a construction point. I'm just going to keep the sketch, and I want to put this sketch up so that it's going to go, well, instead of moving it, I'm going to right click and edit and just move it like manually so that it's going to be positioned on the main plane, which is right here, and we can consider that to be like the starting point or the main construction plane right there. So it's a sketch, it's not precise, but doesn't matter because I'm going to do something different. So right now, if I start to sketch, I can select as usual the base plane because we don't have any other object which we can like attach to using these work planes. So these are work planes or construction planes as they are called in Fusion. So, well, if I want more, so let's say this is going to be my first, and let's say I want another for my loft. So I can use the first one here, which is the most basic. It's offset. So I can click on one of the existing work plane like this, and I can offset just by clicking and dragging this arrow, or I can just type here the measure that I want, the distance. Or as usual, we can say to object if we have another object, but right now we don't. So it's going to be just the plane measure. Okay, so now I have the basic plane, which is now invisible, and then I have this other one. What if I want to create a more complex loft? So I want something in between. Well, we can, again, offset. And you can either choose this one now to offset from, or you can pick the first one. So I'm going to offset. I'm going to go -20. So it's going to be, again, something in between. So now I have 3 planes that I can work with, 3 construction planes. And then you have a lot of others, but you need like other objects for this. So you have tangent plane, plane to a specific angle, etc., etc. But for now, let's keep this basic 3. So I'm gonna start with the first sketch. It's gonna go in the basic one here, and I'm gonna go with a rectangle. So this is a 20 times 20 rectangle. I can just put in there, and now I can modify it. Now this one here is under constraint, meaning that if I click and drag things around, this object will actually modify. And this is because we don't have enough constraint. So we do have some constraint that were applied automatically. We can use, as we said before, the auto constraint, which will automatically put all the constraints we need. And if I say, okay, now you can see this red lock right here, this little red lock, meaning that it puts enough measurements and constraints to fix this object. So if I try to move this object around or part of this object, it doesn't move at all. It's fixed, is static. Now, if I remove one of these, let me just select this dimension. Now, also, there are 2 main types of constraints, the dimensional types and the geometric types. This one here is geometric, saying, okay, this line is forced to be horizontal. This one here is forced to be vertical. And these are measurements. So these are dimensions. So if I remove one, let's say I remove this, you can see the red lock has gone away. Now, if I take this side of the square, I can click and drag. Oh, let me try here. Well, there is something. There you go. So you can see that this one here now is, let's say, flexible, is not fixed. So as long as one of these points or edges are not fixed, this will not be perfectly constrained. It's going to be under constraint. If I put too many information, it's going to be over constrained. So let me do something here. Let me just increase